Creating a wildlife-friendly habitat, transforming your yard for local species. Introduction. Transforming your yard into a wildlife-friendly habitat is not only beneficial for local wildlife but also for your enjoyment and appreciation of nature. By providing food, water, shelter, and nesting sites, you can attract a diverse array of birds, butterflies, pollinators, and other wildlife to your yard. This article offers practical tips on how to create a wildlife-friendly habitat that supports local species and enhances biodiversity in your backyard. Research local wildlife. Start by researching the native wildlife species in your area, including birds, mammals, insects, and amphibians. Identify species that are native to your region and their habitat requirements, including food sources, nesting materials, and shelter preferences. Understanding the needs of local wildlife will help you design a habitat that meets their specific requirements. Provide food sources. Plant native trees, shrubs, and flowers that provide food and nectar for local wildlife throughout the year. Choose a variety of plant species with different flowering times and fruiting periods to ensure a continuous food supply. Incorporate plants that produce berries, seeds, nuts, and nectar-rich flowers to attract a diverse range of birds, butterflies, and pollinators. Create water features. Install water features such as bird baths, ponds, or small streams to provide drinking and bathing opportunities for wildlife. Ensure that water sources are easily accessible and shallow enough for small animals to use safely. Place rocks or branches near water features to provide perches for birds and amphibians. Establish shelter and nesting sites. Create sheltered areas and nesting sites for wildlife by incorporating dense vegetation, brush piles, and deadwood into your yard. Leave leaf litter and fallen branches in place to provide hiding spots for small animals and insects. Install birdhouses, bat boxes, and butterfly houses to provide additional nesting opportunities for birds and beneficial insects. Minimize chemical use. Reduce or eliminate the use of chemical pesticides, herbicides, and fertilizers in your yard to create a safe and healthy environment for wildlife. Choose organic gardening practices, such as composting, mulching, and natural pest control methods, to maintain soil fertility and manage pests without harming wildlife. Create wildlife-friendly landscaping. Design your yard with wildlife-friendly landscaping features, such as meadows, hedgerows, and native plant gardens. Incorporate a mix of plant heights, textures, and colors to provide visual interest and habitat diversity. Avoid monoculture lawns and exotic plant species that offer little value to local wildlife. Provide nesting materials. Offer nesting materials such as twigs, leaves, grasses, and mud in your yard to support nesting birds and other wildlife. Leave natural materials such as branches and brush piles intact to provide materials for nest building. Consider placing nesting materials in designated areas or offering them in bird-friendly containers. Maintain wildlife-friendly practices. Regularly maintain your wildlife-friendly habitat by monitoring plant health, managing invasive species, and providing supplemental food and water as needed. Clean bird feeders and water features regularly to prevent disease transmission. Stay informed about local wildlife conservation efforts and participate in community initiatives to support habitat restoration and wildlife protection. Conclusion. Creating a wildlife-friendly habitat in your yard is a rewarding and fulfilling endeavor that benefits both wildlife and humans alike. By providing food, water, shelter, and nesting sites, you can attract a diverse array of local species to your yard and contribute to biodiversity conservation in your community. Whether you have a small urban garden or a sprawling suburban yard, you can make a difference by transforming your outdoor space into a haven for wildlife to thrive and flourish.